Yeah.
D-Nice, I have one more question I'd like to get with
Sure.
both you and Jonathan together as calibrators. A lot has been said about the CX not being full bandwidth HDMI, 48 down to 40. Do you see that as being a big deal? We kind of both know, or all know what we think here. I'm just curious for both you and Jonathan at the same time. Do you find it to be a big deal that it lacks full bandwidth for HDMI 2.1?
I mean, they realize you're not talking to either Dwayne or myself. We're not gamers, right?
I understand. But I'd love
Yeah, that's all I'm
to.
gonna say.
You know, I just would love to hear your thoughts on it.
Movie buffs, it's irrelevant. For gamers, for the next gen consoles, I'm pretty sure that is not even a issue either. The problem may come in with PC gamers, in some unique situations where that may be a problem, but in general, most people should not have any issue with the 40 versus 48, gigabyte bandwidth, concern.
Until
Right.
12-bit panels.
Well, that's the yeah. And so we have 12, but like right now it's only 10-bit panel, right?
Yeah, I just want to
So
clarify that. Just in a bit, though.
yeah. So even if you were able to get 12 bits into the set, they would have to scale it down, right? But I think I think the problem though, Dwayne, was that there was. I mean, I'm not a gamer, I'm not an expert with this, but from what I read, was that there were certain game consoles that they thought would not produce 444 10-bit, but would only be 444 12-bit. And I think that's where the big rub came, that in those game consoles you had a choice of 444 8-bit, 444 12-bit, but no 10-bit. And I'm not so sure if that's true or not, or if it's NVIDIA or whoever, whichever game console it was, that they'll have 10-bit. But I think that was the question. I think that was the concern. Let me put it that way. Because at the end of the day, if you feed this panel 12 bits or 10 bits, you shouldn't be able to tell the difference, right? Because it's a 10-bit panel. So it's going to have to convert it down anyway. So,
Well, let's not say that, John.
Well, maybe not convert it down, but it's not going to reproduce 12 bits, right?
Right. In general, the more bits you have, the output should be better because the panel has more to work with.
Right.
That's the theory. But in reality, you may or may not see that on a 10-bit panel. So
Right.
I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no. However, in general, with the next gen consoles coming out later this year, I don't think that's going to be an issue with the current implementation from LG or Samsung for that matter, because I think they're doing the same thing if I'm not mistaken, right?
They are.
Excellent. Thank you so